Hello, conservative, logical MGTOW. I was watching many videos last night, and um, there was many things being said in each different one, and it is thought that to us men cannot, even MGTOW men cannot escape the feminist act. Be that, of course, the feminist actions, if you will, due to what many women are believing and following because they feel they need to follow something in order to make their lives better for themselves. Really, feminism is not really doing anything positive for them because if it was, then there wouldn't be any single mothers, and of course, feminism would be the base of feminism would realize that they need to be fair if they expect men to be fair, even MGTOW men. And of course, that would include that the women cannot drain the us men emotionally, psychologically, and financially, and also physically. Especially when it comes to continuous things to where they feel that they should be more entitled than the man. You know that women should be viewed as the most entitled of the two species. Therefore, even though it's an even though it's a male-dominated society, the woman should be the one that's majorly more entitled, say a percentage or so higher than the men, instead of it being equal. And yet, oh, I also watched a video with an actual woman on the thing supporting MGTOW, surprisingly. And yeah, she's married, and obviously to one man that's supposedly wealthy. And I do mean supposedly. I'm not gonna say she's watching this video. I'm not bashing anything, But the basic fact is that that's what many women want instead of the realistic shit of getting an actual man that can support them, regardless of how much they make, and how they're able to make it, and whatever source they're getting the income from. Um, she even bashed women in the sense that um, women now, even during the feminist movement bullshit, that that women consider themselves equal. They're not. If they want to consider themselves equal, they would not drain the guy of their finances just so the woman can get high expensive crap like Gucci crap and whatnot. And they would not use a child, even if they have the child with a man, or if they are single mothers, they would not use the man in a sense to where they use the child as a pawn over the man's head, metaphorically. You use another human being as a pawn, you will go straight into the depths of hell spiritually. Heavenly Father doesn't like the fact that I know for a fact Heavenly Father doesn't like the fact that that women are trying to reenact of what they considered men, the way men were, say, in the 1970s, 80s, possibly 50s and 40s and 30s and 20s and 60s, and what there's other years and centuries. The basic fact is, MGTOW members. There are many reasons why many men are going MGTOW. As our brother MGTOW, our brother John of the MGTOW, or one of the MGTOW members, has said, men are tired of constant negativity, the constant aspect of where, and I'm just going to put this in my own words, okay? The constant aspects of where they feel entitled to get whatever the hell they want, and even with the fact that, like I said in my other video, in one of my other MGTOW videos, is that they, even though society has allowed them to go out in the working world, and yet they are still not happy. They feel that they can use a child as a pawn to get what they want, in the sense of this, to start with, so they can get extravagant crap for themselves and a moderation of whatever the child needs. But it's always higher percentage for them and a moderate percentage instead of the equal percentage for the child, and it should be an equal percentage for all three. It should be equal percentage for the male and the female and the child, or be that, of course, if you have a child, of course, like I said, the child, the man, then the woman. But of course, I know the women would go child, female, then male. If they had any sense up here, you know. The one fact of it is that we can overtake feminism. In fact, feminism, be that, of course, it is brainwashing many women, and which is causing the illogical actions and thoughts and what have you of women, which basically goes towards the fact of instead of going by the way the ERA set it up to where it was fair and equal for all, that they want it to where they're just basically trying to be like what they consider men, the way men were, and again in the 1920s through 80s. So ever since the 1990s, they started doing the cheating. They started doing the continuous mental and psychological manipulation against men, and considered themselves equal, and considered that they should be entitled to a lot more than men are supposedly willing to give them, even if it lands to the unrealistic aspects of things. And the unrealism level, or however you want to put it. In fact, it is more than conceivable that women think that if they do what they've been doing, it's a lesson for us men to be taught. And for society to pay men more so women in their lives can get more. And like I said, that's all the women are focused on is themselves instead of it being on a fair level to where both sides, both male and female, get what they need and want without all realistic standards and what have you. And with that though too is that with the fact that many women hate the fact that many men are going MGTOW, they have women like the one I mentioned in one of my other videos, claiming that they know the concept of man, the basic uh, psychological or metaphysical or whatever type aspects of men, why men are going MGTOW. Like, and I know I may be repeating myself, but but the basic fact is that for the ones that are new MGTOW and the ones that are about to be MGTOW or want to be MGTOW, I can tell you is that um and also the ones that are not yet MGTOW, there are women out there, even young women, and even in this generation, that think that men are not logical. They're kidding themselves. And also that 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 women sacrifice a lot more than men do in relationships. Even though men go out there more often than not than many women to work and make a decent living for both, if not just the one being the man. And yet, whenever the guy goes out there to make a decent living, what ends up happening more often than not, the woman goes out shopping in the malls or like places like Target, Walmart, and fucking various other places that like Gucci and Nordstrom and shit like that, and spend way more than they can truly and logically afford as a couple. While they're in a relationship with a guy, and they spend way more than they can truly afford even by themselves. That's why they want men, so they can afford a lot more. Forget the fact that both male and female, need to survive and pay the bills and rent and mortgages and shit. They feel they're entitled to items. Where's the logic in that? You MGTOW and soon to be MGTOW men should really think about that. Where's the logic? There's no logic in that. To answer it, and the more you think about it, you may come up with the same answer. There's no fucking logical in any aspect of actual factual reality. I've been in relationships in the past, and yes, I have been married, like I said before in one of my other videos. But the last two in the past were very illogical. And and one of them I eventually became friends with, even though I was married at the time, and I remained friends with for some time anyway. Of course, that one person would be my ex fiance, my first ex fiance, and yet I risked my job twice while I was working for Target when I was going with her, just so I'd be able to make her happy to where I'd be able to be with her while on the trips with her parents. Of course, her parents were separated at this point, and I guess they're divorced at this point now. But yet, like on one instance, I was going whitewater rafting with my first fiance by the name of Jill Yeaman, aka now Jill Dixon. She's married, of course, like I said in the other in one video, although apparently I don't think it went through. But anyway, I'm gonna let you know that she is married right now. But also I risked my job the second time so I can go bodyboarding with her and while she went on a trip with her mother and her then boyfriend or fiance or whatever. Her mother's then boyfriend or fiance or whatever. And women and that one woman I played on my phone I showed you on my logical MGTOW logical video. Women, and she claims that women make sacrifices. I can guarantee that if a guy wanted a woman to come with him and his father, or him and his mother on a trip, or him and his family members essentially on a fucking trip, the fucking bitch would back out and say, "Oh no, sorry, dear, I have to work, but you go have fun." But don't cheat on me, essentially. And keep on texting me or calling me, but not too late. Because I need to get my beauty sleep. 9 times out of 10, when that happens, the guy ends up not going. Just because of that. They no, 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 they claim to expect the guy won't cheat on them, but yet they don't. But they know they've kind of figured the guy doesn't expect the same thing of the woman. But yet, 9 times out of 10, if not more than 9 times out of 10, the woman ends up cheating on the dude while he's on a trip with his family members or friends, and yet they hide it and try to say, "No, I didn't cheat on you. You can trust me, don't you trust me?" The whole base of trust is that we need to trust each other, but really, they expect you to trust them. they don't need to show any trust towards you because they basically simply expect you to not cheat on them, even if they cheat on you. That's a whole mindset of women. That is the whole fucking mindset of women. Along with the fact that they expect the guy to give them every fucking shit they want when it comes to this, so they can buy all these expensive, extravagant crap. They feel that women feel that they're entitled to instead of being realistic about shit. And they still expect the guy to still be able to pay for the mortgage and the rent and bills and the survival aspects of food and bathing stuff and whatnot, right? Even even on the aspect and level when it comes to if they ever had children together. But yet at the same time, the woman still wants these extravagant crap like Gucci, fucking fucking all sorts of shit. You know, I mean, fucking the and it's all because of feminism. It's all because of the brainwashing of the feminist movement is why women are doing this. Yet women are taught, and I've seen this, women are taught to be fair and impartial to men, but when they get older, it's a completely fucking different circle. But at the same time, they are taught to be safe and protect themselves. But you don't protect the base of protecting yourself is the basis of survival, but within realistic standards and levels. Women of today have gotten so fucking illogical. It is not. In fact, when I was going grocery shopping one day of this week, which was Thursday. No, wait, no. Yeah, it was Wednesday. And I wore my hat that I put a MGTOW tag on that I made myself, of course. And I'll show you on the next video anyway that I do. And I'm waiting for a taxi. Eventually, one woman comes up to me and says nothing. Just gives me a look, and I was like too busy to load up the taxi. But if she wanted to know what MGTOW is about, she ain't gonna find out unless she surprisingly happens to go into the into YouTube and generally come across it somewhere somehow. She won't like what she hears. I can guarantee you that, and I don't care. I know many MGTOW men don't give a damn either. Sandman said that the Sandman MGTOW members said and brothers said that there's possibly no way to escape the feminist actions by women. There is. I mean, yeah, one way, one for sure way is going MGTOW. But of course, there's other ways. And I mentioned one of them in the sense to where women will eventually learn you cannot take advantage of a guy and try to say that they did something illegal and immoral and not and totally forcible against a woman when really they didn't, in the sense of where the woman implicates you. You can easily turn around and implicate their sorry asses and say, I would never do that to a woman, which is the truth. I would never do any harm to a woman. She's the one that allowed it, yet she's now telling you a completely opposite versus what she's showed me and told me herself. You can tell that to the police if the police are involved. And hell, you can easily, I mean, it's almost like you have to carry a lie detector around. And those machines are heavy as fuck, man. There's no way you'd be able to carry a lie detector around while did you say this? No. Beep 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 beep. You know, type of shit. And we're basically just saying, you blind fucking hoe! Although I can tell you honestly, and I'm going to tell this to both MGTOW brothers and members, and also the men that are not yet MGTOW. They're still on the blue pill. The metaphorical blue pill versus the metaphorical red pill. There, with technology today, and as it advances day by day, year by year, what have you, I know eventually we'll be able to have a little device that's like a lie detector. That's not so fucking huge and heavy like today's lie detector. And the woman would not be able to get away with shit. But you know, I saw what was it? Also, uh, what was it? Where a cop program, anyways, on the Justice Channel, which you can get on on certain, and maybe mostly within the city and county of Sacramento, if not maybe also certain channels of the East Coast as well, as well as Central Coast, what have you. But on a if you have a digital converter box, you might be able to get it. I'm not sure. It depends on, I guess, the various different things. But anyway, um, it is more. It's been shown to me that you know how they all only think that men go for the car that's basically known as bait car to police. It has been shown on camera. Women do the same shit. Women also say, "Oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything." Bull fucking shit. You just took a fucking car that didn't belong to you just because it was sitting there with keys in it. And then one's all yelling, I was driving this back over to the police station." Bull fucking shit. You're gonna drive that thing around and keep it for yourself. You can't bullshit the police because you're on fucking camera the whole fucking time. You don't know where the camera's at. Cameras are that small now. You can't fucking bullshit the police. Once you take the bait of the bait car, you're fucking screwed. You're fucking going into jail. And they will not give you any special compensation because of your fucking gender. They don't do that for men. Why the fuck would they do it for women? They don't give a damn if there's a movement known as a feminist movement. They don't give a damn about that. They're doing what the law states, what they should do, and are expected to do. I, as a law-abiding citizen, support that. But of course, I know women will try to change the laws, especially in that. I bet they practically are still even trying to change laws and many other things just so it benefits them. They have been doing it even in the beginning stages of the formation of the feminist movement. That's why it's so hard for men to actually live normal lives, because we're always implicated as something, as if we did something wrong, and like we don't have any more constitutional rights to do. Even when it comes to that fact that we're not even fucking doing any fucking illogical, irrational harm and illegal type harm towards a woman. We're still subjected as if we're doing something wrong. The woman can never do wrong. The weaker sex, as it were, can never do anything wrong. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly the type of fucking law they want to pass. But like everything has to be in favor of the woman. It can't be in favor of both equally and logically and realistically. To come to think of it though too, that's exactly what I may have mentioned earlier. Is exactly what women are doing, which is seeing that the women have been supposedly done wrong, um, outside the cheating aspect, by men. Women are essentially trying to gain some power and what have you, to where they can get back at the male gender. See, this is what you did. Like it's like this is what you did to us, so we're gonna do the same shit, even way worse than to you. And when it comes to the cheating aspect, that's that that they figure we've seen that men have lied about cheating on them, and more often than not, there are men out there that have. I'm not gonna bullshit, but of course there are men that are also asked, "Did you cheat on me?" No. I bet you did. When really the guy didn't. It's like they want to be like fucking Deanna Troy from Star Trek: The Next Generation. They can't accept the fucking fact that they can't read the guy's mind, but they say, "Oh, yeah, I bet you did," because it was done to them in their past relationships. Why not the other guy that they're already with? You know what I mean? That's exactly their mindset. So if it was done to them already once, um, even though realistically and logically it hasn't happened to them in the relationship that they're currently in. Oh, yeah, yeah, you did, you did. So you better not do that again. If they give you another chance at it, or they'll right out the door on their own accord and have nothing to do with you. Even though at the same time you didn't do shit. You didn't fucking cheat on them. They'll fucking assume that you did and fucking go out that door. The metaphorical door as well. You know, as I said, if you guys want me to change my MGTOW call name to Lieutenant Commander Sparky, I'm cool with that. Because I do have a lot of I do have a lot of information that not very many MGTOW members have even considered. Even men that are not yet MGTOW have even considered. Be that, of course, thought of the show. There's another general fact to MGTOW members. Mm, if I do, and I'm not going to say I will, if I ever had a woman in this apartment, in this place right here, if I ever had a woman in this place, she would not be able to get away with all the mind game shit that women try to get away with, especially when it comes to manipulation, physical and psychological drainage, and emotional drainage. And the woman will not be able to get away with all the feminist crap that the feminist movement are brainwashing many women with and on and about. And yet they consider it to be fairness. No, it's not. It's not fairness of what the feminist movement has brainwashed many, if not all, women with. It's more than hypocrisy. Way beyond hypocrisy. Way beyond non-realistic shit, too. I'm going to tell you also is that on I'd say one of my videos, possibly the one before I did this one, I have made a blog page for MGTOW members, and also the ones that are not yet MGTOW, be the ones that are still on the blue pill, the metaphorical blue pill, and also the MGTOW members being on the metaphorical red pill can read. But of course, and once you open it, you may need to scroll down because you'll see a big old icon, a red icon of a state. But scroll down and you'll see it. You'll see MGTOW and our sayings or what have you. And then below that is all. As you scroll down even more, as you read it, you'll see what I put um, put on the page. Because it's all logical and factual and true. I may even put it on the bottom of this video too. In fact, I might. If it's not already there, then it's on one of my other videos of MGTOW. Um, and I can tell you, getting back onto what I was saying, if the woman that would be in this apartment tried to manipulate me in any way, just so she can get what she wants, out that door she goes. Yeah, there's a door in the side of there. A male can be fair way more than many women even think and are told by their female friends and sisters and aunts. A male can be fair But the one thing is that the woman has to be equally as fair, emotionally and psychologically to start with. If the woman is not, and they claim that they are, and yet it totally shows even to the male that they're not being fair, then the man should say, out that door you go, or just simply walk away. If you're at their place, just leave. The guy just leave. If you're at their place, if you're at the woman's place, just leave. Don't even say shit. Because that's exactly what they expect. They expect you to fucking say something, and then they'll try to counteract that shit. Just so they look better. They feel like they're justified. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Okay, seriously. For the teenagers that are watching this that are not MGTOW, believe me, everything I've said is the actual fact and truth of women, both teenage and other and older. So. And for the college dudes that are not yet MGTOW, it's the same thing. And for the married men that are not yet MGTOW, watch my logical MGTOW video. Believe me, even that right there is the truth too. There's nothing that a woman can get by me that I have not already seen and heard. And yes, I was raised by women, but I'm not going to follow the feminist movement. I'm not going to go into the metaphorical burgundy pill, as it were. And am I going to follow their mindset of going blue pill? There's no fucking way I'm doing that shit. There's no fucking way. Because I'd say the more you do that, the more you go blue pill, metaphorical again, or even burgundy or fuchsia or whatever, however you want to put it, essentially. The women will continuously step all over you. They will continuously hide and lie and cheat on you. Take advantage of your kindness. They will continuously take advantage of your niceness. They will continuously take advantage of you in any way possible that they think and or even believe that they can. Even as they say, "Oh, I love you, I care about you, I want to spend my life with you," and yet they fucking, um, as one Sandman, our McTow brother says, basically branch over to another one because they want the so-called alpha male. And yet, here's the thing, though: they will try to tear down the alpha male, since to where they can get what they want. And yet, here's the thing, though, too: there are known as beta males and alpha males. Although the alpha males see usually there are many alpha males that will take it to the extreme, to where there's done where the woman is done and has harm done to harm, actual physical and psychological harm to done to her. Besides the fact of ignoring the woman, and whatnot else, and yet women want people want a guy that listens to them, respects them, loves them. Yet when they get that, as one woman said on one video supporting MGTOW, that women want you to do the complete opposite outside of beating, outside of physical harm. They want you to basically stay strong, but also act like you care about. They want you to care about them. They want to see how far they can get to tear you down, essentially, to where they can have full control over you again, and then monkey branch to someone else, and basically do the same cycle over and over again. But the basic fact is, get this though, women don't realize by following the feminist fucking bullshit like that, they will never get, they will never truly be happy. They will never truly be able to have what they want, and yet they think they can by just draining the guy emotionally, psychologically, financially, and whatever, and more beyond that. But yeah, they keep on doing the same shit, monkey branch after monkey branch after monkey branch, and seeing how far they can get with. But yet, when you leave them, well, there are some women, there are numbers of women out there that will essentially try to get back into to hunt you down, essentially, logically. And this is the realistic aspects compared to what many MGTOW members have said. This is a realistic aspect, though, too. And I'm a MGTOW member. Okay. But the basic fact is that there are women that will continuously go over towards you to see what they did wrong and make sure that they don't do it again. But at the same time, there are women that will say, okay, if he's going to be that way, then fuck him. I'll go see if I can use and manipulate someone else. That's the reality of the whole thing. Even if you're cute, handsome to them, whatever, and if you say, okay, fuck this shit, I've had it, no more, and you walk away and whatnot, right? There are those women that feel that they are so secure with themselves when really they're not. They will try to find another male to fucking take advantage of and manipulate mentally, psychologically, emotionally, to start with. And when they don't, then they try to get back. Then more often than not, they'll try to get back with you at times. And of course, this is unheard of, granted. But it is more than conceivable they will try to get back with you, even if they run into you after however many months or days or whatever. You know what I mean? Even if you are with another woman already in a new relationship, or even if you're about to, in the in the big beginning starts of it, right? You know, even as you're gradually building yourself up, back up emotionally, psychologically, what have you, they'll still try to get back with you at times. And of course, not always, but it's one of those catch 22s in a different aspect. Um, but the basic fact is, women do not know how to um, do things within realistic and logic standards because the feminist movement has brainwashed many women in thinking that they're entitled more than men to get what women feel and do and should believe that they are more entitled to than men, especially when it comes to itemization, materialistic shit, instead of being realistic about the whole thing and being only entitled to the equal aspects of what men are entitled to, because men are entitled to many things as well. But yet, when women only want to see the entitlement that's beneficial to them, being the woman. And yet, many women are probably still wondering why are many men going to MGTOW. I mean, I see it on the videos all the time. I've seen it on many videos. Why are men going to MGTOW? Why are men escaping the illogical, or at least to women, the aspect of where they feel it's more justified, and where the woman is feels that they're more entitled to get whatever the fuck they want from a man, especially when it comes to especially when it comes to um, using a child as a pawn in the way of a control, and in the sense of controlling a man, especially when it comes to divorce and child custody cases. Even when the man, even when the woman has someone else in their life in a relationship, they still expect the same damn thing from the father till such time the woman uh fucking marries the other the other blue pilled schmuck that falls for the mental manipulation, psychological manipulation from that very woman. Then he realizes way later, what the fuck have I done? What the hell did I get myself into? Why did I fall for her bullshit? Why did I fall into the fly trap, as it were, in metaphorical sense? Many teenage boys are wondering why many women are like that, though. And I can tell you, if any teenage men are watching this or any video, I can tell you it's because of the feminist movement. The feminist movement has gotten it to where women strongly believe that they're entitled to it now, entitled to many things, even on the illogical level, the unrealistic level. And the one here's another part of it too. Okay, the other aspect is that, okay, like, men have been known to be the gender to pass away first, right? But what men don't realize is that that's one of many reasons why children are the way they are today. That's why you see more and more children, teenage boys, going into juvie after committing a crime, or even jail for that matter. And that's why you see many daughters prostituting themselves just so they can get what they feel to be the father figure, because they still have what's known as daddy issues. That's a society aspect of the daddy issue part of it. But it's really they need a father figure, but but if that father's not dead, he's simply not around. It's because of the mother's illogical crap and the feminist movement, which will be gone the more men go red the metaphorical red pill. MGTOW. MGTOW is men going their own way. MGTOW is freedom from the illogical oppression of bullshit that women do and try to get away with. And yes, if a woman doesn't feel like um, that they're being listened to, and if women feel that they're not being considered, even while they're in a relationship or marriage, they'll go right behind the male's back and go and cheat on you, and yet turn around and come, and then right when you're around them, they'll say, "Oh, I love you, honey. You're the best person I've ever had," and yet they've already fucking cheated on you with a male friend of theirs, or a female's friend of their, or one of their female friend or brother or coworker, or whichever the case, you know. But if you ask them about that, they'll bullshit you. And the same thing happens to teenage boys, man. Same thing happens to men in their 20s if they're in a relationship with a woman. The same shit happens to men in their fucking 30s if they haven't even already woken up to realize that. The same thing happens to men in my age and because they think they can get away with it. Because women think they can get away with it. And then right when you're around them, they act all sweet and innocent. That's known as a mind game. Mind game manipulation, the whole enchilada. Besides the lying and committing adultery, regardless if you're in a marriage or a serious or not so quite serious or even beginning part of the relationship, is still known as adultery spiritually. And as I've said in one of my other videos, that my religion, and I'm not sure if any other religion follows the same creed, as it were, in this one, is that women have an easier chance of getting into the pearly gates, as it were, when their time is up on this planet. Women obviously still think that right now, even in my church, even in churches in general. The fact of it is you do anything that's sinful. They do anything that's sinful, like they have been ever since, and even in the beginning straight of the feminist movement. Then guess what? That easy way and chance is gone. It's completely materialized into nothing. It's non-existent. Yeah, but they still think it's still there, even if they do illogical crap to men. Because they feel they're justified by even doing illogical things as if it's some sort of dumb fucking payback that they consider men did, that men have done in the 1970s, 80s, and 60s, 40s, 50s, and what have you else. When there are men out there that have not and will not do the cheating and the adultery shit, they still do it to those type of men as well. And of course, I'm not going to say there are. I'm not going to say there aren't women that won't do it, but yet those same women end up with men that have done it and are still doing it. Right? I'm not going to mince. I'm not going to fucking hide shit. I'm not going to mince words either. But I tell it how it is. And this goes with every age of the female gender. That's the same. It's a fucking fact. And I'm telling you, every male that there is out there from teenage, adult, and also in their 20s. Both in MGTOW and not yet MGTOW. And in relationships and in not yet in a relationship. Or even in the beginning stages of a relationship with a woman. You know what I mean? The basic fact is brothers and members of MGTOW and the ones that are not yet MGTOW. The ones that are on blue, the men that are blue pilled right now still, metaphorically blue pilled. Um, you will, the ones that are blue pilled will find out it's better to be red pilled, but the metaphorical red pill, be that of course MGTOW. Get away from the illogical actions and what have you of all women that women have done even in the beginning, again in the beginning stages of the feminist movement, and also in the aspect of where they feel that they're entitled, they have felt that they're entitled to, and yet though they always try to get you to do what they want because they don't know only also feel that they're entitled to, but they'll try act and portray that they know that you're entitled to things too, but but really they're only thinking of them. The voice the positive, but yet like I said, especially when it comes to feeling in emotions, when it comes to oh I love and care about you, you're you know, there's no true feeling behind that. Here's the feeling. Here's the thing that's supposed to be behind it, right? It's not there. It's just like this. Nothing behind it. Women do that fucking every time. They expect the men to believe that shit. And yes, I've been married once before, but the basic fact is, doesn't mean I was blue pill. Doesn't mean I was any metaphorical pill there is, but I know I stood up for what I believed in, regardless of even if she believed it agreed with me or not. I didn't care. I mean, I did what any man would do for a woman outside of the illogical crap. You know what I mean? I didn't fall for her bullshit either, though. As many men think that I may have, but I didn't. And though ones that know me know I wouldn't fall for that shit. And I have, I have a, I've run into a number of situations like I'm strong in I can tell you right now I'm strong in MGTOW, okay. And when I felt so sure of myself, and I still do, or else I wouldn't be MGTOW. I'd still be doubting myself, as many men do that have even gone through the illogical crap that women put men through, even during and before in the beginning straights of the feminist movement. That I felt, anyways, like I said, I felt fucking so strong that right when I was heading on my outing, that on the very first fucking bus there was a group of women surrounding that fucking inside the fucking bus, both on the way up and partially on the way back. Even when I went over to the grocery shop, there was a moderation of women. And like I said before, earlier on this video, is that there was a woman that saw my hat apparently as she went into the grocery store that I go to, and then she apparently came up and faced me, and I'm like, what? I was too busy. I was too busy to do what I was doing, which basically I was loading up my taxi to get all my groceries home. If she was going to say something, she didn't say anything. She just gave me a look, like the look's going to tell me anything. I've seen so many fucking looks from women, it's not funny. So it doesn't really matter what the fuck she was thinking. You know? She didn't say anything, so even if she did, it wouldn't really matter because because basically that's another part of it though too. Okay, is that whatever a woman says, they expect you to go by, even if it's illogical and not realistic. They still expect you to go by it and to do exactly what they ask you to do, as if you're a damn fucking slave to them. Instead of treating the man like a human being, like many men have been treating many women like human beings. Although I know, like I said, there's been men out there that treat women like trash, sex objects, and what have you, which I don't agree with. But the basic fact is the damn truth. And you know the other thing though too, Sandman, the one respect, and that's also MGTOW brother member, said that he read something from another new member supposedly of MGTOW that said that he had a female friend that apparently liked him and and agreed to do a threesome with him. Be that she added another female friend of hers, right? And and yet it got to the point to where he had more physical or mental and psychological attraction to her friend, not really the one that he was friends with, right? And yet he later found out that she was already seeing somebody for like 10 years or whatever, you know. And so he thought he'd be able to get essentially pussy from her as he did with his then female friend, which he stopped involving himself with. She thought it was, and yet she thought it was bad that that he did this to her friend, her other female friend. He didn't give her a chance or give the relationship a chance, and yet there was really no relationship except for friendship. But to the female friend, there may have been a possible beginning part of the relationship, even after the threesome. And yet, obviously you can tell a woman that there wasn't till you blue in the face; they won't believe you. And yet she wanted to hide things from her boyfriend, fiance, whatever it was, whatever it may have been at that point. It wasn't really clear exactly what Sandman said. Anyway, I'm not blaming Sandman because he's cool. So generally, women will go that far to fucking cheat on to hide from another man that they've either done a threesome with another female friend of theirs, which would also include another male, and hide it from the person that they're with, that they're going with, to try to act like they're faithful and all that shit when they're really not. If they're going to do that type of shit, even if it is just them and another guy, being that even if it is the woman that the guy's going with and another guy, just the two essentially. The guy that they're in a relationship with and say, "Oh, I would never do that to you. I never did that to you." Oh, like for example, and I believe I may have mentioned this in one of my other videos, MGTOW, is that there's a video on YouTube where the guy calls in because he listens to the radio station. He tells them exactly what happened and what he planned to have happen, but what happened that caused it to where he said, "I'm not going to deal with this shit no more." Right? To where they called her up and made up some story, which I understand. And then eventually they in acted as her boyfriend, soon to be fiance. At least that's what she thought, right? Um, Called in while they were talking with her, right? And she got all hyper excited and all this shit, and like, oh my god, type of shit, you know. And then when she calmed down, when she was able to calm down, and the dude's all like calling her, saying her name, and said, How long would it take you to get all your shit out of my place? Because I need you out by Sunday." And she's like, "What? Is this some sort of joke? What's going on?" You know, type of shit. And then he goes over to, by the way, he's all like, something, the aspect of like, by the way, What was the situation that you had with so and so, and he apparently knew her male friend's name at that point? Even if he didn't, then it would still be added into it. Well, and then she's like, well, yeah, he's a friend from a long time ago, and I know he may have been trying to rekindle the thing to where it would go to that way, but I told him how much I love the one I'm with, and all this other stuff. But yet, according to this one dude's friend on the radio station, that one of the other callers and listeners, and yet his girlfriend, which she thought she was going to be his fiance, thought, and that's also is not a listener, but knows that her her then boyfriend was a listener, and which basically she thought she was going to be engaged to, said this one thing though, that his friend saw her with the other schmuck kissing, no doubt. Many men logically see that as cheating, and it is cheating in a number of ways because you don't know if you're going to go any further than like to where they lead each other or one another to in a hotel room or their place and do the sinful action known as adultery in the sense of sexual matters, even though they're so supposedly seriously seeing somebody else that they claim to love and care about and want to be with for the rest of their life. She could not answer right off the fucking bat. She hesitated. And if you watch that, you'll see it's on YouTube, okay? And it's a it's a it's a video that you'll it won't, if you watch it you'll see what I mean, because you'll find out that women are very underhandedly not trustworthy, especially in that aspect. That's one of many reasons why many men are going MGTOW. And if that same person's watching this video that broke it off with her, join us. Join MGTOW. Men going their own way, freedom from women's bullshit, essentially. To start with. There are many women that are like that. The ones that are secretly like that, they'll try to play act like they're not yet. Right when you fall into the shit, right? Then then they start going into what they have planned before they even met you, before they even pulled you in, even by the way they look and everything, and the way they're dressed and everything. When saying they got you, they'll start bullshit. They'll start fucking doing the mental, psychological, emotional manipulation and drainage, and the physical drainage as well. And it's not always sexual. I know physical aspect. Yeah. This is the truth. And the more, like I said, the more men that go MGTOW, the easier it'll be, and the faster it will be where the feminism movement will be gone. Women will feel that they've lost their way, lost their compass, as it were. They will not be able to know how to manipulate a guy anymore because many men have woken up from women's bullshit, from to where they already know their evil, the women's evil ways. So in general, it's the truth. And I am going to be MGTOW, but at the same time, like I said, if I meet a woman and she's full on the feminist bullshit, she won't be entering that door. I'll just walk away. But if she's gonna be realistic and logical, but like my ex fiance was outside the smoking, as I mentioned in one of my other videos of MGTOW, then who would say? But even in marriage, she would have to be logical, realistic, and all that. She cannot go the way many women have been doing in the sense of draining a man financially, in the sense of draining a man psychologically and emotionally, and physically as well, and mentally. And if she ever was, she wouldn't be able to take me for anything, for everything I have, because I know ways to where she can't and won't be able to. And here's the other aspect to that though, and many men can do this even in marriage and try to have it rewritten by their lawyers if you can afford a lawyer to the point to where the woman will not know about it and realize it's a prenup. You can still do this even while married, even before you get married. And if she knows it's a prenup, there's ways to where she will walk away from you and fight you about it. But yet, when it comes to women and them wanting the men to sign the prenup, you might as well say, you know what? Bye. I ain't gonna marry you. That's exactly what the woman will do to you. But if they truly love you, they will do it without using the feminist crap. Though they will sign that prenup. But don't do always keep an ear out and an eye out for the fact that the woman may try to get you to sign a prenup that would benefit her, even during and before the marriage. Both, both if you're already in a marriage, and both if you're and also if you're not quite yet married, or even in the process of being married or getting married. In that sense, especially. When many women have been changing shit the way it used to be, just so it benefits them, especially when it comes to the law aspect. Okay, they're going even deeper than the ERA. But yet, here's another one. Like I said, they're disfiguring the real truth and real reason why the ERA did what they did for women. Just so, and they're disfiguring it to that well fits them, but they're still able to manipulate men and do all the other things I've said in each one of my videos, and basically get away with it because of the weaker sex aspects of the female gender, and that's also including with what society views women as anyway. If a woman were to say, "Would you sign a prenup if I gave it to you?" I'd be like, "Fuck no," and I'll tell them straight up the reason why, and I'd say, "Would you?" And if she said nothing, I'd be like, later. Because I'm not going to be taken for everything I have and will have. There's no fucking way in hell. I know guys will be like, yeah, you say that now, but if she gave you enough pussy, then you'll fall in for that shit. And believe me, I am way more than aware. If you watch any one of my other videos of MGTOW, you'll see that I'm way more than aware of their hypocrisy, their fucking crap, their negative shit that they've done. And if you read the blog page that I have on the link that's below one of my other videos, MGTOW videos, you'll see I'm more than aware of their crap. Believe it or not, it's the truth. And I can help many MGTOW and not yet MGTOW brothers and members. And the men that are in not yet MGTOW, that are blue pill, I can help you through it. And so can many of my brothers and members of MGTOW. Can help you through as well. Starting with Sandman. And starting with John. So generally, men that are not yet MGTOW, that are still on the blue pill, on the metaphorical burgundy or purple pill, however you want to look at it, even the metaphorical blue pill, you will see everything that both myself and many men that have gone MGTOW that have made videos like this and other videos that have pictures and shit. Um, Speak the truth. The more you think about it, the more you realize this is exactly what's been going on in your relationship. This is exactly what she's been doing. This is what I've been dealing with. So basically, again, if you think you're the only one, I've gone through shit with women, and many MGTOW members and brothers have gone through equal, if not more, than I have, and sometimes I think in some way I may have gone through a lot more. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say who has and who hasn't, because it could easily level out equally. But who's to say? I'm not gonna even compare it, so I don't like being compared. So I'm not gonna compare the whole thing either. I'm gonna show the same respect on that aspect as in general. So, logically, brothers and members and soon to be members, not yet members of MGTOW, I hope you really take what I said and what many other MGTOW brothers members say in the videos, because I'm being honest, and so are they. But like I said, there is ways to get away from the feminist movement and the feminist bullshit and brainwash thing that the feminist movement has done to many women without men hurting the women. Because if you physically harm a woman or even force yourself on them sexually, that's where they got you. That's where they got you, and you won't be able to re-implicate them. Because if you force yourself on them and if you fucking beat them around, you're in deep shit legally. And that's what many guys don't want, guaranteed. But if a woman, if she openly opens herself to you emotionally, sexually, yet they will turn around. They can turn around and try to say you did something that they didn't want, but hours before, maybe hours to minutes before they open themselves to it, but yet they'll tell the cops that they didn't want it. So therefore, you can easily implicate them as they're trying to implicate you. I've said it in the other video, one of my other MGTOW videos. Guaranteed, and I know it can be done. Basically, that's all I have to say right now. But if you want to know more, or if you want me to discuss any particular subject, um, please let me know. But also, read the blog page that I have below, on the link below one of my other videos of MGTOW. Live long and prosper. Stay safe and stay strong. MGTOW. Men going their own way. The best thing to do until to even possibly even during the feminist movements being torn down gradually, if not extremely fast, depending on how many men go MGTOW.